The way I took observations was from like drawing on a sociocultural perspective. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just me having the power and writing observations around what I saw. I wanted observations to come from multiple perspectives. So I took, at a very basic level, I took quite a few post-it notes, and these were just jottings, and these mainly came from incidental conversations I had with either Ella's parents on drop-off or with educators that had worked with her from different rooms, or any other observations that came up. They gave me a really strong basis to understand a little bit about Ella. Ella, she moved to Australia from the Netherlands six months ago, so she's very new to Australia. And about her talking about her sister Holly and how she loves her sister so much. So there was lots of frequencies referring to her going to the library. So she very much loved visiting the library and books and literature with her sister. I decided to do like a language transcript that I would later analyze to start planning the activities. So what I didn't get from my post-it notes was really kind of like understanding of what Ella could and what Ella couldn't do.
For us as pre-service teachers, when we go into services and we're only there for a short amount of time, we do rely a lot on a lot of that background information that's shared to us from our supervising teacher and other educators and the family. And often students fall into the trap saying that, I know all this about the children that I'm working with. And so I asked them, well, how do you know all that information and how did you document that? And that there has to be a way that we record that information so that then we can use it further on in our planning cycle and as part of our data that we're collecting. So for the students, for our pre-service teachers, when they're on placement, I would think that they'll do a lot of jottings in the sense that will form observations of the child doing something. But it's also important to do some of those other ones like that language transcript that you had there as well. We're going to get to that a bit later in our conversation as well, but making sure that we're using this data that we've collected through our pedagogical documentation to inform the choices that we're making down the track.
Yes, I definitely felt like I reached that point where I had so much data and I was like, okay, what now?
There's no steadfast rule as to how many observations we should have. But what I tell our pre-service teachers and anyone working in the sector is that you have to have enough observations to help you create an image of what's happening with that child.